Okay. Now, typically, excuse me, sorry, I'm dealing with a cold. Typically, for the try it out lesson is 25 minutes. I don't know if mom wants us to do the full hour. We can make that decision here at 6:25. But what would you like us to work on today? What would be best to help you?
Um, on well, I don't have like the. I just turned in the review today because it was due today, so I don't really have like
I
what
see.
we like. Yeah,
So is it okay if I sort of pick and choose some things or make some problems like them?
yeah. I would say more like difficult things to
Yeah, which
kind of like.
chapter do you feel like you're, weakest at would be another kind of way to go here.
Probably. Let me think. I would definitely like to go over like slope again.
Globe. Okay.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Slope. Maybe some like integers, like
Okay.
anything integers.
I'm gonna start typing a few things in the chat here that you're mentioning. Anything else?
And yeah, I think like other than that, we can just like see what or like whatever you had in
Sure.
mind.
Now, do you know if your final is like multiple choice, free response, some of both?
I don't know.
Okay. You may
I
want to
think
find out some because that does kind of impact how, questions are answered and things like that.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
something to
think
think about here. And do
I
you know
think
when your final is?
it's next week. I think it starts on Tuesday. But
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
always good to know that in advance, of course. So,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah. Let me, so I do jump off camera for the lesson here. Let me just give you a couple of problems here to think about. Do you have a pencil and paper out, notebook, something like that?
Yeah.
All right. So like I said here, let's do -5 -3 absolute value minus absolute value 5 minus 4. Could you attempt to work this out for me, please?
Okay.
And of course, if you have any questions, please ask. Just trying to gauge where you're at with some of the stuff.
Would that be -1?
Is that your final answer for both or just one or what? Tell me what you mean by
Uh,
that.
yeah, for both. I
For
mean,
both. Okay,
I kind of forgot what absolute value meant.
that's fine. How about what
Yeah, well,
-5 -3? What does that become?
that would be -8.
-8. Absolute value always returns a positive. So if it's
Okay, yeah.
negative, it becomes positive. So what does an absolute value -8 become?
That would be eight.
Eh,
Positive 8.
8. And then 5 minus 4 is
That would be 1.
1. Absolute value of 1 always returns positive. So what does that become?
Oh, 1. Or did
Very good.
you?
So what is 8 minus 1?
7.
7. Okay. So
Okay.
slightly different than what you got. Maybe you can
Yeah.
compare to your work there. Any questions on that? I'd like to give you one like it to try.
Yeah. No questions. What I did is I just thought that it would be like the reverse. So I thought like it would be 5 plus 4, and then like
I see.
5 plus 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you notice I added these parentheses. You'll need to add
Yeah.
those. You can't if they're not there. They're implied. Implied means they're supposed to be there. You're supposed to know that, but now you know. All right. Let's take a look at another problem here. How about 2 minus 7 absolute value with a negative in front plus absolute value 3 minus 4. Go ahead and give this a try, please.
Okay. 6.
Final answer is 6. Is that so?
Yeah.
What are 2 minus 7?
That'd be -5.
-5. Absolute value -5 is
5.
Okay, now this negative in front just comes with it.
Oh, okay. So
Okay,
that'd be -5. Okay.
how about 3 minus 4?
Uh, that'd be -1.
Negative 1, absolute value negative 1 is.
1.
All right. So what should the answer be?
-4.
Negative 4. Okay. Do you want I'm gonna give you you need to get any of those notes down or any questions on what we did?
No questions.
Okay. All right. Negative 2, absolute value 3 minus 2 minus 4, absolute value 10 minus 8. All right, go ahead and try this one, please.
-10.
Negative 10. Okay, let's take a look here. So this becomes 1, absolute value is 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. 10 minus 8 is 2, absolutely that. Minus 4 is minus 8, which is minus 10. Very good. All right, let me give you a new type of problem to try here. This one is multiple choice. I have no idea if you'll get that on your final. Sometimes you do because it's easier to grade.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that's what my other teacher for a different class told me. So I think that's probably what she's probably gonna do.
could
Because
be could be a possibility. This one you do have to solve. You can't just try to use the answers.
yeah.
So uh, work this out as best you can. I'm happy to answer some questions for you.
B. That's my final answer.
Okay, let's take a look here. So 2 times 7 minus 7 times negative 1 over 7 plus negative 1. 14 plus 7 over 6. 21 over 6. If you want to change your answer,
Um,
my guess is you didn't get a sign right here.
21/6.
Yeah.
So would that be?
Well, you reduced both. Did you get 21 over 6?
No, I got 7/6.
Okay, so
B.
there's the issue here. 2 times 7 is 14.
Yeah.
Minus 7 times minus 1 is positive 7.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's what I did wrong.
Okay, now what does this reduce to is the next question.
9.
So you divide the top and bottom by common number. You'd start with 2. 2 doesn't work, but 3
Okay.
does.
Yeah. D then.
7
So,
over 2.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
7+. Okay.
All right, let's try another one here. Let's say I ask you to evaluate, grab that. Okay. 3m minus 4n over m plus n for m equals minus 1 and n equals minus 2. That's an m there. My handwriting is not as good as the
Okay.
computer. First one's an m, m, and then n, m, and then n, m on here.
5/3, 5
I'm
thirds,
sorry, can you say that one more time?
5 thirds.
5 thirds. Okay, that sounds pretty good. 3 times -1 minus 4 times -2 over -1 plus -2. On the top, it's -3 plus 8 over -3. How does that match with what you have so far?
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking good. It's 5 over -3, but that is not 5 thirds. What should it be?
Reducing that would be
The negative comes up to the top. It's the preferred way of writing it.
okay. So
-5
negative
thirds.
5/3. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Um.
Let's question.
Oh, no, I don't have a question.
Okay, let's do one more of these, and then we'll actually get into some slope problems.
Okay.
Um,
Sounds good.
we're just evaluating, we're kind of just gauging your abilities. Are you allowed your calculator in the class?
I don't think we're gonna be allowed one
Okay.
on the final.
All right.
So
All right. I'm not anti-calculator or anything. I just like to know in case you can. I mean, it doesn't bother me if you want to use
okay.
one. All right. Here is another problem for you to try. Now, one of the hints I'll give you here is that it's really better to write the variable in parentheses.
Yeah, that's what I try to do.
So give that a try. You should be able to come up with the right answer.
Okay. In x equals -1, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you. C.
Okay. Let's take a look here. -1 squared minus 2 times -1 plus 5. So -1 squared is 1 plus 2 plus 5 is absolutely 8. Very good. All right. Do you know the formula to calculate slope between 2 points?
Rise over run. Y. Oh wait, yeah. Y1 minus. Is it Y2?
Okay, so
No.
there's a question is, are you allowed to use a reference sheet on your test?
No, we're not allowed to use.
Okay, so what do you do to memorize stuff? How do you figure out?
Probably just studying. Probably
Okay,
just yeah,
I'm
memorize.
asking you because like it's on you, right? It's like your responsibility to learn this stuff.
Yeah, that.
I'm only asking, you know, you'll just have to figure that out. Now, they're going to give you a problem. This is about the most basic problem that one could give you, where they give you 2 points and they say find the slope. Now, what you could do is you could label them x1 and y1, x2 and y2. Now, why would that be useful? Well, if they go into the equation much easier,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So, you just substitute numbers in. Okay, it's sorry, 3 minus 2 over 4 minus 0, which is 1/4. All right, so it's your responsibility to get this written down and know it for the problems we're going to do. We're obviously going to do more difficult problems than this. You do want to reduce the fraction if you can. All right, so let me give you one to try here. Just kind of medium difficulty and then
Okay.
see what you come up with. Okay.
Okay.
Again, I'm looking for the slope between these two points.
Okay. One.
You say 1. 3 minus 6,
Actually, negative one. I meant.
-1 over
Yeah.
5 minus a -4. So I get -3 over
Oh, yeah. I
9.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote the formula wrong. It was y2 y2 minus
Right.
x2, and then
Right. Now
okay.
I'm happy to write it down, but again, like it's your responsibility to get this down. Having your notes. You can always say, "Hey, Matthew, go back. I don't have the formula." I'm happy to scroll back up. But your responsibility.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote it down. All right. Yeah. What? Yeah.
Okay. Let's try another one here. All right. Go ahead and find the slope between those 2 points, please.
Six over -9.
Does that reduce?
That does reduce to one 2/3.
Okay. So 9 minus 3 over -4 minus a -5. Is that what you have written down?
Yeah.
Okay. Now on the bottom there, it's a double negative. Becomes -4 plus 5.
Okay. So that would be one.
Yes. Okay. So we're sensing a lot of sign issues.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
do.
the slope formula has a subtraction in it. Like you don't get to omit it if it's there. Like you have to be like, okay, you got to put it in, put that in.
Yeah.
All right. So, let me give you one more to try here. A couple more to try actually. Um, obviously the ones with the negative signs are more difficult. So, yeah, I just need to step away for like 30 seconds. Get right back with you. All right. Go ahead and try that, please. I'll be right back with you. All right. How are you doing on this one?
Oh. Yeah. I'm still doing it. -8 over -8.
Okay. What does that reduce to?
One. Negative
Okay.
one.
Very good. Well, okay. So if it's two negatives, it makes a positive.
Right. Yeah.
Great. So there's a couple rules there we can dig into at some point. All right. So you did a really good job with signs and the absolute value stuff. Seems like you're struggling still a bit with this. Let's do a couple more of these. Actually, do one or two more here. Is this what you meant by slope, or did you mean something else?
No, this is what I meant. Also, like, I know we do like. Oh, another thing is domain and range. I have no idea what that is.
Okay. All right, sounds good. All right, could you calculate the slope for me, please?
Yeah. Um, 2/-7.
Okay, let's take a look here. 4 minus a minus 2, 1 minus a minus 8. Do you have something like that written down?
Yeah, I it's been a while since I've done the like integers
Okay.
where it's like so I was a little bit I
Well,
thought you oh what was that?
like we said though, there's always a subtraction operator, and you may have a double sign. So this is really 4 plus 2, 1 plus 8.
Oh, okay. So 6 over
Go ahead,
9.
go ahead and reduce that for me, please.
1/3.
Try again.
Two-thirds. Yeah.
2/3. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So we're kind of at this point here where at the end of the try out lesson. Mom had mentioned just saying, hey, let's just do a full lesson. Is she around just to confirm that you guys want to do a full lesson today, or
Uh, Mama, can we do a full lesson for an hour? Yeah, full lesson.
okay? All right. Very good. Okay. So we need if you get to a little bit more of your list here for things that you want to work on. I mean, we kind of did slope, kind of. I mean, I think we really need to keep working on this. Um, we did a little bit with integers, but you had mentioned domain and range. So
Yeah.
you remember which functions or graphs you guys were talking about? Was it possibly like absolute value graphs?
Yeah, it was. It was like
Okay.
absolute value.
All right. So do you remember anything about the absolute value of x, like what that graph looked like?
Um, I remember it had like I think it had like it. I actually have no idea.
Okay, so
I,
it's a v. Do you remember that at all?
I remember, yeah, it was like a parent function or like something like that.
Okay. All right. Well, we're struggling a little bit here. So to get to domain and range, we're really gonna have to work hard. I'm gonna suggest we not do that today. Get back to some slope stuff. That might be a little bit more straightforward here. So
Okay.
let's say an equation of a line of slope equals 2 and goes and has a b value of -1. And I write y equals mx plus b. Do you remember how to write the equation of this line?
Yeah. Okay. So it'd be y y equals 2x plus -1.
Plus -1. Good. All right, very good. Now, this is the easy case. They're not going to give you
Yeah.
anything like this. They're going to give you something more like this. They're going to tell you like the slope is -2 that goes to the point 5, comma 3. Okay. Well, why would that be the case? Well, y equals mx plus b. Okay.
Okay.
You can put that -2 in for m. So what does that become? It becomes y equals -2x plus b. We
Yeah.
want to solve for b. How do we do that? How can we use this point to solve for b?
Um. Do you subtract?
Well, this is an x and a y, right? They're an ordered pair, x comma y. So
Oh.
could you put 3 in for y and 5 in for x?
You would have to subtract or you have to do something with 2x and 5x because they're like terms.
No, no, no. I'm putting the number in. I'm putting the number in for x and
Okay.
for y.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then yeah,
So what is -2 times 5?
that'd be -10.
So 3 equals -10 plus b. Add 10 to both sides. What is the value of b?
13.
That goes back into this line here. Y equals negative 2x plus 13.
Okay.
Go ahead and get this written down in your notes. We're going to do one more example together, but make sure you get this written down. Just step away for 30 seconds. Be right back to grab something to drink. Be right back with you. All right. Did you get this down in your notes?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do another problem here. Let's do y equals, well, another mx plus b problem. Let's say the slope is 3, but this time it goes through the point negative 5 comma negative 1. Okay. So y equals mx plus b. What goes in for m?
3.
3. Yeah, there you go. So it's y equals 3x plus b. What's the value of x? What's the value of y?
It would. Can you repeat that? What you said?
What's the value of x and what's the value of y?
Uh, the value of x would be -5, and then y would be -1.
Right, so negative 1 equals 3 times negative 5 plus b. Let's solve for b, and that's your goal here. Solve for b.
Okay.
We'll multiply through. You got to
Negative.
multiply these first. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. -15,
Okay.
and then you would add 15 to 1, which would be -14, or not -14. 14.
14. That goes back in here. So the final answer is y equals 3x plus 14.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you understand this to try to write one on your own?
Yeah. Yeah. I understand it.
All right. Sorry, just looking for some more problems. I don't like making up stuff, especially when there's a million things out there on the internet. Better
Yeah.
stuff than I can make up. All right, so here is one for you, one more standard. All right. Uh, here you go. All right. Go ahead and work that out. Let me know if you have any questions.
Okay. Okay.
Let me know when you've got an answer, please.
Y equals 4x plus 5.
Like this.
Yeah.
That is good. All right, very good. Let me try one more, and then we'll make them a little more difficult. Don't know why the screen went away. Give me a moment to get that back up. Probably something I did. All right, here's one more for you to try.
Y equals negative 1x plus 1.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I put -2 in for x, will I get 3? That's my check here, by the way. And I do. You are correct. All right. So how's your comfort level with fractions? Like if I tell you the slope is -1/3 and it goes through the point -6 comma 1, and you've got to write something like y equals -1/3 x plus b 1 equals -1/3 times 6 plus b. Can you tell me what that becomes?
Okay, so yeah, you just write it 6/1,
Right?
right?
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah. Okay.
What else?
Then do you flip the reciprocal?
No, you multiply the tops and you
Okay, yeah.
multiply the
So
bottoms.
-6
So the
over
3,
3.
the 1 equals -2 plus b.
Yeah.
Add 2 to both sides.
3.
B equals 3. Okay, and then that goes back in here, right?
Yeah. Y equals 1/3x plus 3.
Okay. All right, perfect. So let me know if you need to get this down in your notes before I give you one to try.
Yeah, I got it. I
Okay.
already have
Oh,
it.
yeah, I'm just making sure. I don't want to like go through problems and you don't have a chance to write it
Yeah.
down. All right, so the slope is -3/2 this time. It goes through the point -4 comma -1. Go ahead and give that a try, please.
Okay. It would be. Oh wait, hold on a second. Let me write the formula. Y equals 3.5x equals -7.
So I didn't hear the negative in front, and you said equals again. Did you mean plus?
Yeah, that's what I
So
meant.
+7 like that?
Yeah, -7.
Plus, which is the -7. Okay, we'll go with -7. All right. So let's try it out here. Is -1 equal to -3/2 times -4 plus -7? The answer is that does work. All right, you're on it. Okay, let's look at some other problems here. Let's say it's x plus 2y equals -8, and I want the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Now, this is in standard form. You remember how to find the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts when it's in standard
I
form, this
I
table?
I don't remember.
Okay, so this first one is the y-intercept. You're putting 0 in for x. So I
Okay.
want you to put 0 in for x and solve for y. Can you
Okay.
try that?
Yeah,
I'm
0.
happy to show you an example, but I think you can do this on your own.
Okay. 0 and then 2y.
Well, the x 0 is going in for x. So it's like
Okay. Yeah.
0 plus 2y equals -8. What is 0 plus anything?
It would just be the same.
2y. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you solve that for y?
Actually, I don't know how to because they're not like terms. I don't.
That's right. How do you undo multiplication by 2?
un I undo
Do you
multiplication.
undo multiplication with division?
Okay, so
Divide both sides by 2.
okay, so
What
that
would
would
y
be
equal?
one.
What
Oh,
would
-4.
-4? All right, very good. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing with the equation, except now for the x-intercept, you're putting 0 in for y.
Okay,
So we're putting 0 in for y. X plus 2 times 0 equals -8. What is 2 times 0?
0.
So x plus 0 equals -8. What is x plus 0?
It would just be x. So
Okay, very good. So there's the answer.
okay.
You
So
have some of this written down. I'd like to give you another problem to try.
yeah, let me just write it down real quick.
Sure.
Okay, I wrote it down.
All right. So let's try a new problem here. Let's say it's a 3x minus 3x plus 4y equals 12. And again, I want you to find the x-intercepts and the y-intercept.
Okay.
Let me know if you have any questions.
Okay. I'm not done, but y would for the first one would be 3.
Okay, agreed.
Okay, and then let me do x. Okay. Or yeah, I'd be solving for x, so I use the y for 0.
That's correct. Yes,
Okay.
said correctly.
And the next would be 4.
Try again. It's -3x plus 4 times 0 equals 12. 4 times 0 is 0. So one of the things I think and a lot of students do is this, they don't associate the negative with the number. It's really -3 in front, right? You're
Uh-huh.
dividing both sides by -3.
Oh. So -4.
Very good. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. You ready to try another one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. 5x minus 2y equals 10. Same thing here. X, Y, 0, 0. See if you can get them both right here on the first try, please.
Okay. y would be 5 and
Try again. You're close.
oh, okay.
This negative goes with the 2.
Right. Yeah. So -5.
Yes.
And then x would be +2, right?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Okay. So one more. We got say it's x minus y equals -3.
Okay. Oh, okay. Would y be 0?
Yep. Try again here. So it's 0 minus y equals -3. Okay. We're a little bit different. That's why we're doing it. The negative goes with the y. It's really -1y equals -3. So how do you
Oh,
undo a negative in front?
3.
Divide by -1. Yeah, so y is 3. How about for x?
Okay. Let me do that. It would be -3.
It is -3. Good. Okay. Really good. Let's see here. Let me make just a couple more that are a little bit more difficult here. -2x minus 3y equals -5. This time the answers don't work out nice. They are fractions, but make sure you get the signs. And I'll just remind you that if you have a negative divided by a negative or positive divided by a positive, always positive, but a negative over a positive or positive over a negative is always negative. Hopefully that
Okay.
helps you to get the right signage here with your answer.
Okay. And also in the chart, are you allowed to put fractions or do you have to reduce
Yes,
them?
yes, that's what I meant by the answers aren't friendly. They're fractions. They're not going to work out nice the way they've been. That's okay. Just tell me what the fraction is.
5/-3.
So it's you always bring the negative up to the top if that's the case. But let
Right.
me
Yeah.
caution you. Let me caution you. Are you putting 0 in for x or y?
I was putting it in for x.
Okay, so let's do it together. -2 times 0 minus 3y equals -5. That's 0. 0 minus 3y is -3y equals -5. You divide both sides by -3. That's why I gave you the chart here. Two negatives make a positive.
Yeah.
Okay. So similarly, I know probably not room here, but similarly for the other one, minus 2x minus 3 times 0 equals negative 5. 3 times 0 is 0, so it's minus 2x equals minus 5. You divide both sides by minus 2. You get x equals
Full
5
house.
over 2.
Yeah, I just need to pay attention to the sign.
Yeah. Okay. So my lessons are 50 minutes. We actually are going to stop there for now. I want to give your mom some feedback.